Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today, I want to wish everyone a good morning and do a weekly review video. I do upload videos basically every single morning. They're all premieres. Come and hang out with everyone. It's a great group of people to hang out with. Please subscribe. Many more giveaways to be done on this channel. Lots of content. As I said, I upload videos basically every single morning. Come hang out for the premieres, build those relationships in the community. But, yeah, so we've had a pretty down week in the Dow Jones this past week. So we had a 650 point drop and like around a 950 point drop. That's crazy. Any other year, that's a big deal. Doesn't seem to really matter much in 2020. A lot of people just seem to ignore it. We have the world shutting down again. A lot of people just seem to ignore it. They don't seem to be too interested that a lot of big countries in the world are going into lockdown. It's almost like, oh, it doesn't affect me. Well, yeah, it does. There's a ripple effect to everything that happens. When you're buying goods, let's say you're buying goods from other countries, for example, and they go into lockdown, their factories get shut down, you can't buy those goods, it affects you. Your business is selling those goods that you are getting at a higher price and redistributing them in your country. Now you're out of work. It's not that it doesn't affect you, it's people don't understand how it affects them. At least over here. We have the election coming up next week. We have a lot of talk about that, a lot of speculation on what's going to happen leading up to the election, past last few days, what's going to happen on the election day. We got a lot of speculation just going on in general. But I'm not too worried about everything so much domestic as I am with the world going into lockdowns. The chain effect of that is insane. That is the reason I lost my job, because some plants in Mexico went into lockdown. That's why I lost my job. Yeah, crazy. But that's the supply chain that, like, it's not too good what's going on all across the board. There is a ripple effect to all these issues. Nothing is just affecting itself and that's it, it ends there. I'm gonna be ready for whoever wins the election, whatever happens to gold and silver from the election, whatever happens to the markets from the election. I'm gonna be ready for it. I'm not too worried about how I'm gonna be taking advantage. I'm not putting eggs in this person or this person's basket. I'm not gonna say and know what's gonna happen even if one wins or the other wins. I'm not even gonna play that game. What I do know is it's a hedge against inflation, and that's where I keep my savings. And I just think that with all this talk about metals and the election and everything, just reconsider what you're doing. Are you buying as a hedge against inflation, like I hear a lot of people say they are? And then immediately after the next video that they produce, they're talking about how they're going to get rich off of gold and silver because all this stuff is going to happen in the next little bit, and it's kind of contradictory. I don't want to ever say that I know what's happening next. I don't. I don't want to say I'm ever going to get rich off of gold and silver because I highly doubt it. I don't think I'm smart enough for that. I think that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a random guy on the internet. But I think it's a hedge against inflation. I think there's a speculative aspect to silver. A little speculative aspect to gold, but generally speaking, just a hedge against inflation. I think it could be misguided to focus too much on what's going to happen if this person wins or this person wins. That's how it's going to affect the price. What's going to affect the price is how much money gets printed. That's the end story. It's not about the economic uncertainty. A lot of people focus on that. I don't really care about the economic uncertainty. Sometimes when things seem uncertain to others, I find a clear picture. Sometimes when things are uncertain to me, others find a clear picture. I don't care about the economic uncertainty so much as the monetary policy. And as long as this monetary policy is the same, I'm going to be stacking. As long as we have a policy of printing money, devaluing our currency, I will be stacking. There could be zero economic uncertainty. I will be stacking. And that's why with all this uncertainty, all this talks of stimulus, the election, we have the world going into lockdowns, which nobody seems to be talking a whole lot about. I don't want to say what's going to happen next. There's too many variables, but I'm going to be ready for anything. That's kind of the way I do it. That's kind of the way I will always stack. I was talking about how we're gonna have a down Friday all week. We had a down Friday. Honestly though, it's not what I was expecting. It's a lot more tame than I was expecting, which makes me think that we're having underlying optimism after that down week. The business I bought earlier in the week, that went up by Friday, actually went up a decent amount on Friday, even with the sell-off. But yeah, I'm still planning on getting more. It's still in the buying range, in my opinion. But the way I do it is once I make a fair bid, I stick to my fair bid. I don't play the game of, oh, it's valued at this, it's valued at that. I don't play that game with gold and silver either. Unless the value's so low, you can't help but buy meaningful amounts. That is the time I will care about that. If there's an asset that's valued so low that you can't help but buy meaningful amounts. Or, on the contrary, if an asset's valued so high you can't help but sell meaningful amounts. That's another thing that I like to do. Now, gold and silver, that's gone up over 2020, but that's not enough of them. It's not enough for me to start selling, not even close for me to start selling meaningful amounts. And when I say that, I mean selling, like trading in my silver for gold, not actually selling any gold at all. Although if it goes way up, I might trade some in for a little bit of platinum. I wouldn't mind having some platinum in the stack. And I'm going to sum this up because I'm actually about to head to the LCS today. I believe my son's going to come with me today. And I am planning on buying my first piece of platinum. Thought I'd share that with you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the weekly review. Yeah, I didn't think I thought we were going to have a bigger sell-off on Friday than we did. So, I'm not going to play games with you guys. I was kind of wrong on what I thought was going to happen. We seem to have an underlying spell of optimism. It seems to be just the day traders that are wanting to close positions. At least that's what I'm seeing. We would have had a bigger drop if there wasn't at least some optimism from people out there. But that sums it all up. Please like, share, subscribe. I do upload videos every single morning. They are all premieres. I do have some good giveaways coming up, so please subscribe, hit that notification bell. Stay positive. See you next time. Thanks. Bye.